So we are basically focusing on MNIST dataset example, and it is used for classifications of the handwritten digits. What is meant by MNIST? MNIST is a modified National Institute of Standards and Technology database, and it is already contains more than 60,000 images for training and 10,000 images for testing. Okay. For running this example, we need TensorFlow, Keras, Matplotlib, and NumPy, CV2. So we are going in a detail. So which functions we need? Okay. So TensorFlow is used for scientific purpose, and Keras is one of the part of that. So we are uploading MNIST dataset here from TensorFlow.keras dataset, import MNIST dataset, and NumPy is NP and CV2. If any warning is coming, so for that we are using ignore function and matplot for inline function. So we are first defining the plot image function, in which we are passing the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters. So you just understand why we are passing these functions. Okay, so we are giving the false as a grid. If we are giving the true, then it will be giving a grid function. So plot x ticks and y ticks. So it will be in this way. Okay. And after that, image should be in a reshape. Why we are reshaping the function images? Because in most time the images are not in a shape, in proper shape. Some images are 128 by 128, some images 96 by 96. So we need in a proper shape that it should be in a single format. Okay. And after that, we are plotting this image with the help of image. We are plotting the CMap function with the help of CMap function. Plot.get CMap we are calling as in a gray function. Okay. So we are also running this function. So it is basically used for, okay. So we are also giving the labels, the predicting labels as 2, blue and red. Okay. I'm plotting the X labels in format of 100 into np.max. What is the classification level? Defining the plot values. Okay. So we are also defining the plot values. So it is only defining the plot values with the color function hash 7777. You can also change that one with the limit of plot limit of in terms of 0, 1. You can also put 0, 0.5 also. Then we are downloading the MNIST dataset, and we are giving the X training, Y training, X test and Y test in terms of that. So 60,000 images will be downloaded in the training format and 10,000 images for the testing format, in which it is going to separate it into. Okay. After downloading this dataset, actually we are calling this dataset from the Google APIs. Then after that, we are looking the shape of data, whether it has the different format or same format. So already these images are in the format of 28 by 28. So this X, Y pixels format, and 60,000 is the image, and shape of the testing data set is a total 10,000. And it's the target value of Y, and it is also in the same way, it is target value. Then after that, we are printing the X of 10 of 0. So it is giving images. Okay, if we are changing this value of X of 10 equal to 10, how it will be look? Let's see whether it will be run or not. So it will be run as the images of the pixels are going in such a way that, okay. Then after that, plot these images. Okay, so we are plotting some images. So in the range of 0 to 9, because the images are in the range of 0 to 9, so that's why we are plotting this one. So in the range of 9, we are plotting the subplot with x plus 1, and we are off in the axis because we don't want to plot in the axis. We don't have to show it. Okay. Then after that, in the training example and for testing example, same. In a gray map, we are showing this example. So it will be giving us one output that 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will be in a random way. So it will be calling a 4, 3, 5, 2. Okay, any function. Then after that, it needs to be a pre-process. Okay, for that we need to pre-process it. So for pre-processing it, every array should be in one dimensional. Instead of 2 dimensional, we are converting it to 1 dimensional. So we are getting the total number of pixels. Okay. How it is going to the total number of pixels, like 784? So you can also check it with the help of that. 28 by 28 is 784. Okay. So we are getting a single dimensional array. Why we are using the single dimensional? Because we are feeding this data for deep learning model. Okay, then after that we are smoothing this one with the help of 255 as a gray value, 0 to 255 is a grayscale value. That's why we are normalizing this data set. Okay, then after that, once it is get normalized, we know there are the 10 classes, class names are 0 to 9. We are building first a neural network model. For that we are using a sequential model, and we are using the layers, different layers like a dense and flatten. So you also familiar with that, what is meant by dense layer, what is meant by flatten layer, and what is meant by activation functions, what is meant by the full connection network, what is meant by partial network, what is meant by shallow network. So different types of layers are available on which the networks are available. So we are defining the basic neural network here, and we are giving a simple model equal to sequential model. So it will be run in a sequence way, and we are adding a dense with a total 10 layers with input number of pixels and activation with the ReLU function. And we are using as a softmax as an activation function here also. We are again adding the dense layer, and again we are using one compilation function which is called as model.compile, and we are using the loss function here. There are the different types of loss functions are available here. The sparse underscore categorical cross entropy is available instead in such a way that sparse binary cross entropy function is also available, and we are using the metric as accuracy and returning the model. Okay, instead of accuracy, you can also put loss function also. It is not big deal. Then after that, we are making the model equal to baseline neural network, and we are finding the model summary. And it is very important because we will know about exactly the layers in that. Okay. There's no need to show it. Okay, so no need for it, but this is basic, it is needful. Okay, let's see why I am cutting that one. So, because there is no need of that, because it is clearing everything. This is the sequential model one. If you are running this model equal to sequential, it will giving the model sequential underscore 2. So it is a layer. It is layer dense to layer. It has output none 10, total parameters 7850. How it is get calculated We just focus on it. It will be giving us as output as 784 is a total parameters into 10. It is giving as a 7840 plus 10 as a output shape. Okay. And here total 10 into 10 is 100 plus 10, 110. The total parameters are is total sum, and it is giving as a 7960. Then after that we need to predict it. For predicting, okay, so we are using the model dot predict. Already we compile it, so we are getting the model. Then the model dot predict extend :50. I can also change the 100 also, whether it is run or not. Let's check. Okay. So these are the number of rows and number of columns. So we have only 3 columns and number of rows, I think that it is 5. Okay. If you want to change, we can also change it, and it is giving us the frequency that whether the number is of which format. So correct is a 7-1, correct is a 8-1. So how much percent it is, it will be giving us. Okay, it will be showing us with the help of plot. So here for that we are giving us the code in such a way that plot dot figure equal to figure into twice of that, because at each time this is showing with the help of histogram also along with that. Okay, this is, we can saying that it is a histogram which hits whether it is a blue for accurate, whether for right, wrong for red. Okay, then after that this is the history in which we are fitting the model. For fitting the model, model.fit is one command, and we are using the X training, Y training, and epoch equal to 5. If you need to change the epoch, we can change to 10, 30, 50, any number, but we need to find the exact epoch which will give us an accurate value. If I am giving as a 10, just check it. I am also running that one again. Whether our output will be get increases or not, we have to check it. Okay, if it's going to one constant or it is going to decrease, then it is not useful for us. Okay, right now for epoch 10, it is also going to the increase, so the epoch value is going to be good one. Okay, right now you can take 50 for epoch or 30, 35. So it will be giving us a result as 99.99 something. Okay. Then after that we have to predict the model. Model dot predict x of test and I equal to 0. With the help of figure and subplot, we are showing this output in such a way that, okay, it is hitting 7. That's why it is giving us this way. Okay. If again I am running it, it is giving the same output. Okay. Because this is a figure number that we are putting. If I am changing the I value as 1, then how it will be giving us? Let's see. So it is giving an accurate. Okay. For this figure, it is showing as 9 also in Q threshold frequency, but it is 8. So we have total images from 0 to 59,999, and for testing we have 0 to 99.